How's it been so far, just getting settled in and the experience the last couple of days in camp?
It's been good. It's been really fun. Obviously, it's intense, but that's just part of it, and I think it's just been a really enjoyable experience so far.
What's it like having a couple of other guys going through this like Kingsley and CJ? That you got 3 draft picks on the offensive line that you guys kind of lean on, and you're getting to know each other.
Yeah, I think not even just the draft picks. The entire offensive line room that's here is very cohesive, and we all have great relationships with each other. And so it's not really one person leaning on another; it's everybody leaning on each other. And I think it's the room and the culture that has been built here in the offensive line room is extremely good.
What's your impression of where Coach Heck is going to want to have you working this camp?
I'm working everywhere, so I'm not a specific position person. I'm going to do anything they want me to. If they want me to go get water, I'll do that. So I'll do whatever they need me to do.
You talked about the culture in the O-line room. It's really good. What leads you to say that? What reasons do you have for that?
Just the way the vets have been extremely helpful in everything since the rookies have gotten here during OTAs, not just football stuff, but personal stuff, stuff about Kansas City, including us and stuff they do when it comes to charities and stuff like that. And so everybody, all the older vets, have just been such a great resource for all of us.
Can you give us a specific example of that?
Yeah, we've been to, I think, 3 charity events that were led by one of the vets, and they included the rookies and stuff. They have, like, if I have questions about where to live, for example, in Kansas City or stuff like that, everybody's super helpful to answer. And then obviously if I have a question about scheme or a question about a play, one of the older guys is going to immediately help me and make sure that I know what's going on.
So what was your first thought when you walked through the door for the first time?
I honestly thought it was pretty nice. I didn't know it was like a double room that was a single, and I rented a mattress, so I got like 2 twin size bed frames stuck together against the wall, and I got a queen mattress right in the middle. I scooted some drawers over for a little nightstand. The AC's pumping all the time, so it's like 63 degrees in there. It's nice, honestly.
Is there room? I know you have a roommate. Is there room for y'all to do all that?
Oh yeah, no. So the way, can I talk about this? The way it works is, it's like a suite. So usually I'm pretty sure the dorms is like there's one room that has 2 people. They share a bathroom. There's another room that has 2 people. But the way they do it for us is they take a 2-person room and just put one of us in there.
Hunter, you talked about the Veterans Sunday, first practice with the veterans at training camp and with all the fans going to be here. What are your expectations for coming up on Sunday?
I am just excited to see how it goes. It's just pure excitement really coursing through my veins, so I don't really have any expectations exactly.
What's it like working with Pat?
It's great. It's awesome. You see some of the stuff he can do on the field, and the way he can direct the huddle and stuff like that is great. And I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to get to snap to a quarterback like that.
I know learning the playbook it can be difficult for some rookies coming in. How have you adjusted to it, and what are your studies you have to support?
I study a lot. So it's a lot of repetitive note-taking and drawing plays up and scheme, trying to get mental reps in my notebook rather than being out on the field. But the playbook is very big. There's a lot of details, I think, is the biggest difference. There's so many details to go with everything, and it's really just how much time are you going to put in, and I put in a lot of time off the field and out of meetings.
Tell us about your dorm room. It looked like you brought a Lego orchid in the other day. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, I did. I'm a big Lego guy. I've said that in interviews before, so I brought like one of my smaller sets just to have a piece of home with me. It's a Lego orchid, but I have like a bunch of Lego sets. So that was it's just something to, keep you centered.
Is that, I'm guessing it's going to be Legos, and what was in the Ultra bag also?
The Ultra bag was shampoo and conditioner.
How much do you think you can take away from a guy like Creed Humphrey, once it does get here?
I don't even think it's a tangible amount. You know what I mean? He has so much to give when it comes to knowledge and scheme, and also technique in his play. You watch him play, and he is an extremely, extremely talented center. So I'm gonna do my best to try to get every ounce of knowledge out of him.
What do you want to show most throughout this camp? Obviously this is going to be a new experience, but have you sort of decided what you want to show most over the next month?
I think that it's a common theme with most rookies. I just want to show that I can hang with these guys and I can compete at a high level, and I'm going to do everything I can in my power to do that.
We'll go a couple more.
Let me get her back there.
What type of Lego sets do you have?
I have the Lego Orchid. I have a Coliseum, which is like a 10,000 piece set, like this big and like this tall. I have a Bugatti that's like this big. I have an F-150 that's like this big. Dodge Challenger. I have a crane that moves. What's the other one I have? I have another big one here. Oh my God, a Formula One car.
Do you have like a whole
A shelving unit?
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting one. So.
How old were you when you started your interest in this?
Young. I had a Lego Batmobile when I was like 8. I think I got it for Christmas, and I built it over Christmas break. And then being an 8-year-old, I was clumsy, and I remember dropping it down the stairs and just raw emotion. That's all that happened when I dropped it.
Last one right here, PJ. So I'm gonna say Legos. You got the Legos, you got the Monster, you got the Ultra, and the constant note taking. Just what's the best way for you to learn? And you got the engineering background also. So what's the best way for you to learn and kind of process all that knowledge?
I think the best way for me to learn is to take in like all the information, for example, during meetings, and then go back on my own and start organizing it in a way that makes sense to me, and using my own words to reflect on what I learned, and just honestly just repetition, just doing stuff over and over, writing stuff down over and over again, and it takes a lot of time, but it's what I'm here to do. So.
Perfect. Thanks, Hunter.
Thank you, guys.
Jared, just seems like you're already making an impact out there. Just what's been the biggest adjustment just throughout this whole process since being drafted?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say learning a new offense again. Expectations are obviously super high here, so that's another thing. I wake up every morning and I'm like, you can't have a bad day here because everybody else is going to have a great day. So, I just try to be the best version of me and do whatever I can to help out these guys. That's kind of what I'm doing every day.
I know you said you're used to learning the new playbook since you've already done it. Just how adjusted are you to this one?
Yeah, there's always some learning curves. This one's a little bit different just because we're kind of going back through some of the stuff that we talked about at OTA. So, I mean, I can kind of dive a little bit deeper now that I know some of these plays. But, I mean, I feel like I'm coming along pretty well.
What are your impressions of Mahomes so far, and how valuable are these couple days where you get more reps in?
Yeah, I mean, y'all know, like, Pat's going to, do what he does. Obviously the best quarterback I've ever been around. So, it's been really big, getting to take reps with him before everybody else gets here. Super blessed to be in a position to do that. Just looking forward to finishing today strong and then going out and doing the same thing tomorrow.
He's mentioned your physicality, Patrick. He's mentioned your physicality already before we've even seen you in pads. But just what about the game do you want to show most when the pads are on, when guys can sort of see you as a full, complete tight end?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it, being a full, complete tight end. In college, I feel like I got overlooked a lot with some of these guys who, didn't want to really get their hands dirty or anything like that. I've really kind of tried to pride myself on being that complete tight end who, if it's 3rd and 1 or if it's, 3rd and 10, I'm not coming out of the game. Just kind of proving to myself and proving to everybody else that I can do that at this level. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
You and Pat look like you have an early chemistry, especially in the red zone. In your eyes, what qualities make a good red zone target?
Qualities, I mean, I would just say once you get in the red zone, everything is a lot faster, a lot more physical, and you really got to know kind of what's going on. Not only if you're looking at the defense, but kind of what's going on the offense, because there's going to be a lot of scramble drill and stuff like that, just because everything's more condensed. So I mean, you just have to be aware of like the situation at whole.
Jared, up anything from watching Travis Kelce's tape?
Yeah, you can pick up a lot. Just his knowledge of the game, whether it's of our offense. Obviously he's been in it for a while, or just knowing what the defense is going to do and how he can kind of manipulate his routes or, change what he's doing to make them think that he's doing something else. That'd be the biggest thing that I'd say that I've looked at so far.
Patrick said a couple days ago that making your training camp will be testing you mentally. Do you kind of get a sense of that's happening now, that testing what you can do?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's every camp, that's every rookie. You get out here, you've never done an NFL training camp before. You have no idea what to expect. It's easy on day 2 to be like, I'm loving this, but what's going to happen day 15, 16, whenever, you start to get tired, the pads start to come on, practices get a little bit longer. So, I'm excited for it. I'm just trying to be a sponge right now and just take in everything that I can.
How's dorm life and what'd you bring?
Oh, I didn't even bring a TV. I was like, you know what? We're staying in the dorms. I'm not worried about it. Actually, the dorms aren't that bad. The bed's pretty comfortable. But, I mean, I go up there just to sleep. If we have a break, I go back in the Normatex, do something. But, yeah, I'm not worried about where we're staying.
So what are you doing in between meetings then, since you're not going back up to your room?
Yeah, so, I'll go eat lunch, and then I'll come back, probably do some contrast tubs, get cups, something like that. Just, the Coach Reed told us yesterday, these days will snowball on you, so you have to really stay ahead of, your hydration, your nutrition, your, taking care of your body. So, I really kind of took that to heart, and I'm just going to try to stay on top of that as much as possible.
Couple more.
Has he had any jokes yet for you guys?
Huh?
Has Andy had any jokes for you guys yet?
No, not that I know of. I'm sure they'll start rolling in once the vets get here, but right now it's been all ball.
Do you have any goals for your rookie year?
Yeah, I mean, just come in and contribute. I know what's in our room. We got me, Irv, Noah, Garrett, obviously Trav. We have a really talented group. So if I can, find a way to come in and contribute as much as I possibly can, whether it's on special teams, anything they want me to do on offense, that'd be my biggest goal. Is just to prove that I belong in that room and just to, be able to be on the field with those guys.
Thanks, Jared.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
What's been the biggest learning curve so far?
I think it's just learning all the plays. So different to what I'm used to. Obviously in rugby you don't have to learn as much, but I think physically I think I'm in good shape. I think rugby really prepared me for this with the conditioning, just being in physical shape. I think the biggest difference is just mental, just staying on top of things, staying on top of the playbook and making no mistakes.
Remind me, but before the pathway really started, I think there were days where you practiced in pads. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How many of those days did you have, and what were you trying to get the most out of before obviously transitioning to being on the pads in an NFL camp?
Yeah, so with the international player pathway, we were in there for about 2 months, pads and helmet. So I was just trying to get used to it, to be honest. Obviously, never training with pads and a helmet is quite unusual, but that really prepped me to be able to come in here and kind of get the ball rolling straight away, not having to get used to the pads and the helmet. So yeah, I was pretty prepared for that.
Where are you as far as comfort level when it comes to lining up and waiting for the beginning of the play and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm non-stop trying to learn this playbook because, as soon as I can start, not having to think about playing and just playing fast, that's the biggest thing for me.
How many hours are you spending on it just to?
Oh, I mean, we don't finish meetings until 8 p.m. and I probably go to bed at 10 p.m. So an extra 2 hours just learning the plays. Because I'm playing catch up with a lot of people that have played American football since they were little kids, 6 years old. So there's no time to rest for me. I've got to give this my all because ultimately this is my dream, and to make it come true, then I've got to play. I've got to be a step ahead of a lot of people.
What's a successful season look like for you this year, just your rookie season? What's that going to look like at the end for you to look back on call of success?
I mean, the first goal is to make the team. You know, I know special teams is going to be massive for me. Been working really hard on that with Coach Tobes and Coach Hill, and just learning the playbook. As I said, learning the running back roles, being able to learn pass protection, and then learning my routes off that. I think, you know, all of it adds up, and the main way I'm going to make this team is by learning pass protection and be able to be a key role in special teams.
And how has the team rallied around you? You talked about you're learning the playbook, you're doing all this. How have they rallied around you and helped you? Or is there anyone specific maybe that has helped you?
I mean, everyone's been so helpful. All the running back room, we're a very tight-knit group. You know, we're all trying to push each other, challenge each other every day. And, you know, we're all behind each other, especially, you know, quarterbacks are very helpful. You know, the likes of Pat, Carson, you know, Ian and Chris, you know, everyone's so helpful in trying to, especially me, you know, a new guy coming in and not really knowing much about a playbook, trying to, you know, allow me to learn, give me time, but at the same time pushing me as hard as I can because, you know, I need to try and learn this quick because there's not much time. You know, training camp's only, 2 months. So I've got to learn it as quick as I can and just give it my best effort.
If I can, about being in pass for the first time,
yeah.
Is there a difference in terms of how you have to run, the running style, or just the overall difference between rugby? Just what was that experience, I guess, like? And is there a key difference that you had to figure out even before, obviously, joining the team?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is pad level. You know, not standing upright, allowing the defense to give an easy push on you. You know, dropping your body height, bracing for tackles. You know, everything's completely different. So I mean, it's a completely different sport. So, you know, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, you know, and try and bring what I've got already in rugby to the American football side of it, and you know, just give it my all.
What are you anticipating in kind of your first padded practice, your first preseason game, even getting to a regular season game, as far as getting that first contact and kind of experience?
Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to see the difference. You know, I get that question all the time. You know, what's harder, hitting rugby or American football? But we'll soon find out. You know, it's going to be fun. You know, I've played a contact sport since I was 12 years old. We started contact in rugby, and you know, that's bone on bone. But we'll see what it's like when we come to pads.
We kind of obsess over here about metrics. You know, it's all about the combine and your numbers.
Yeah.
I know you did like a international pathway testing. And I think you ran like a 4.43. Did you do any prep for that? Do you feel like that's accurate of you, or?
No, I was running way quicker than that. I didn't have a great day there, but ultimately it got me the opportunity to come here. You know, I was running high 4.2s, low 4.3s, and it came to it, and I just couldn't get my legs going, to be honest. But you know, I didn't get too down about that. You know, I had opportunities elsewhere, and this was the place I wanted to be, especially with the coaching staff and the players they've got.
Lewis, on Sunday, I think you get your first taste of Chiefs Kingdom with the fans
Yes,
coming out here. What do you know about Chiefs Kingdom? What are your expectations? What are you hoping to see on Sunday?
Oh, I know they're crazy for the Chiefs. You know, luckily enough, I've been in teams that have had massive support. And, you know, that's always what I want to be a part of. You know, these fans are incredible. Unfortunately, I haven't been to Arrowhead to watch a game, but I've heard, you know, how good it is, how loud the fans are, how obsessed they are with the team, and obviously winning helps that, and we're going to continue to try and do that this year.
Speaking of rugby, I know Patrick said he brought a TV for only 2 reasons, and one of those is the Olympics. I mean, how are you going to look? How are you going to feel supporting your guys, you know, as they go through the process?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. You know, the Olympics is obviously massive back home, especially. But yeah, a lot of it is sevens. So there's rugby union, which is 15s, and then sevens, which is played in the Olympics. And it's an exciting sport. I mean, those boys they're pretty quick and pretty agile. So you know, hopefully I can get a little tip or two off them.
When was the last time you were in a dorm?
So I went to. This is confusing because we finished high school back home at 16, and then we go to like a college at 16 to 18 before university. So between the ages of 16 and 18, I was staying in dorms away from my family, about an hour and a half. So, I mean, I'm pretty used to dorms. They're pretty nice here. We get our own rooms. We just share bathrooms and stuff. So, I mean, I'm used to it. So.
Lewis, you talked about your learning curve. Is there anything maybe that you're proud of yourself that you're picking up, whether it's in the backfield or running routes? Is there something that you're kind of like, you feel like you're getting something?
Yeah, I mean, the playbook, the coaches are helping me massively on trying to pick that up as quick as possible. You know, I know pass protection is massive. I've never done that before coming here. So it's just trying to pick up things as quick as possible, really dive into the playbook and learn not just my role, but try and learn concepts as well, from the receivers, ever in case, they want me to jump in there, then I can do a job. So, just trying to learn as much as possible, and, credit to the coaches, they've been very helpful with me.
Louis, they were calling you Rees Lightning online. What are your thoughts on that nickname?
I mean, I like it. I've ran pretty quick in my time in rugby, so it's time to see if I can replicate that in the NFL.
Hey, Louis, you mentioned special teams. Dave Hill's been pretty creative in the past. Obviously, you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Lateral. I mean, have you gotten a glimpse of what they might have planned for you? Do you think it's going to be pretty imaginative? Is you get out there?
I mean, obviously this kickoff rules are new, so no one knows what's going to come. So we have got some creative plays, obviously not to mention now, but hopefully you'll see them in the first pre-season games. But yeah, Coach Toes and Coach Hill are very creative people, so I'm just giving it my all on the field and trying to be the best player possible, the best person possible for the team.
Would that be fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
fun. Just a question for you, just kind of outside of football, how is your time in Missouri, your time in Kansas City, your time in St. Joseph? Just, are you enjoying it? How's your lifestyle now?
Yeah, I mean, this was my dream from a little boy, to be able to play in the NFL, join a team, and join a team like this is incredible. I'm incredibly proud of myself and proud of the journey I've been on. But yeah, Missouri, Kansas City, I'm loving living there. It's a great place. When you go outside, you get fans coming up to you, and it's always great to be able to be noticed. And I want to play a part in this team, and the way I'm going to do that is obviously through training camp, show the capabilities that I can do, and go from there and see what the coaches think of me.
Your first practice game is about 3 weeks away. What's that event going to be like for you, suiting it up for real down in Florida?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I've played in front of big crowds, so I don't think the occasion's going to get to me. But obviously it's going to be a proud day for myself and my family if I get on the field. And then it's just about showing what I can do. Every time I get the ball in my hands, being able to be a difference maker, and just being able to help the team as much as I can. And I'm very excited for that day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.